All right, so today we're going to be diving into the future of real estate in Thailand.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, we're not just talking about those beautiful beach houses or anything.
Right, right.
We're thinking more about, what your average Thai person might be living in just a couple years from now.
Okay, yeah, cool.
And to guide our deep dive today, we have this article. It's called Thailand's Real Estate Market, Poised for Major Changes by 2025.
Catchy title.
Yeah, it really grabs you.
Definitely does.
So you ready to kind of see what living in Thailand could be like in 2025?
Absolutely. Yeah, let's jump in.
Okay, cool. So the article jumps right into this idea of compact living spaces,
Okay.
multifunctional, and they say it's really being driven by urbanization.
Yeah, makes sense.
But, is that really what people in Thailand want?
Well, it's interesting because space is definitely becoming more and more valuable, especially in the cities.
Right.
But Thai culture, often values things like multi-generational living.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So you've got developers who are really getting creative.
Mm.
And they're kind of taking inspiration from companies like Knock Knock and IKEA.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Those companies are known for really clever designs that help save space.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think what makes them work so well in Thailand is that they're also affordable.
Right.
So developers can kind of pack in, a lot of function and style into these smaller units.
Okay.
Which really seems to be attracting a younger demographic, who are maybe a little more budget conscious.
Makes sense.
But without alienating, those who still value that more traditional communal style of living.
It's like a nice balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's really smart.
Yeah.
Blending those cultural nuances with that practical design element.
Yeah.
And speaking of blending, the article also mentions the rise of smart homes.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't just mean your basic smart lights. We're talking about AI-powered energy management.
Oh, wow.
It learns your habits and optimizes energy use.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then there's a growing interest in security features,
Okay.
but specifically tailored to the Thai context.
Interesting.
So things like flood sensors, given the monsoon seasons.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course.
And even air quality monitors because, there's rising pollution concerns in a lot of the cities.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's not just about convenience.
Right.
It's really about creating a home that is responsive to the local environment and the needs of the people who live there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So it's really interesting. They're not just slapping some tech into a house and calling it a day.
No.
It's about customizing it,
Yeah.
to Thailand specifically.
Yeah.
Now, this next trend I find really fascinating. The article calls it personalization,
All right.
which is basically moving away from cookie-cutter homes.
All right.
But that seems so broad. What does that even look like in Thailand?
Well, it's definitely more than just choosing your paint colors.
Right.
Imagine incorporating traditional Thai design elements, things like intricate wood carvings or those vibrant silk textiles.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, and putting them into a modern condo.
Wow, yeah.
It's about weaving that cultural heritage into a contemporary living space.
I like that.
Yeah, and it lets people, express their individuality while still connecting with their roots,
Mm-hmm.
which is something that resonates really deeply in Thai culture.
Yeah, having the best of both worlds, right?
Exactly.
Modern amenities, but with that soulful touch.
Yeah, I like that.
And speaking of luxury, the article highlights this boom in Thailand's high-end real estate market.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they say it's attracting these HNWIs.
HNWIs?
Yeah, which stands for high net worth individuals.
Oh, okay.
So basically the ultra rich.
Right.
And they're predicting a growth rate of 3.4% until 2029.
Wow, that's significant.
Yeah, and it's being fueled by things like the Thailand Privilege Card.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it gives affluent buyers, special visa benefits and all these perks.
Yeah.
But, this does raise some questions, right?
Yeah, like gut.
Is Thailand becoming this new haven for the ultra-rich?
Mm.
And how does this influx of wealth impact local communities?
Right, and affordability.
Exactly, because, it certainly boosts the economy.
Of course, yeah.
But we have to consider those potential social and economic ripple effects.
I agree.
It's all connected, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And that brings us to the last trend the article mentions.
Okay.
This community-centric living.
Interesting.
Yeah, which sounds like the complete opposite of the luxury boom we were just talking about.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's more about these mixed-use developments that encourage social interaction and connection.
I see.
And this is where it gets really interesting because
Mhm.
while millennials and Gen Z are drawn to these communities,
Right.
it's not just about trendy cafes and co-working spaces.
Right.
Developers are creating spaces that cater to older generations as well.
Oh,
So they're integrating healthcare facilities, accessible design, and activities that foster like intergenerational connections.
that's really cool.
Yeah, and it's an attempt to combat the growing issue of social isolation,
Yeah, which is a big problem.
especially in rapidly urbanizing societies like Thailand.
Right?
So we've gone from these like compact living spaces
Right.
to luxury condos
Uh-huh.
to these community
Hey,
hubs.
that's quite a range.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Hmm.
It seems like the future of real estate in Thailand is this really fascinating mix of global trends, but interpreted through this uniquely Thai lens.
Yeah, I agree.
So after diving deep into all of this, what stands out to you the most?
For me, it's this tension between preserving the cultural heritage and embracing modern innovation.
Hmm.
Whether it's incorporating those traditional designs into those modern spaces or using technology to enhance that community living.
Yeah.
Thailand really seems to be finding a way to blend the old and the new.
It's like they're building the future without forgetting the past. Exactly. That's a really inspiring takeaway.
It is.
So we've explored these trends, but what about you listening right now?
Yeah.
How do you envision your ideal home in Thailand?
Good question.
As technology and lifestyles keep evolving, is it like a high-tech haven tucked away in a bustling city?
Right?
Or is it like a tranquil retreat integrated into a vibrant community?
Yeah.
Think about it. Let us know.
Let us know.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the future of Thai real estate.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, it was great having you.